Hello everyone, welcome back to the Reclaim.ai YouTube channel. Today I'm here to walk through my Reclaim Recapped 2025. This is the third year that we're doing Recapped. It's our take on like Spotify Wrapped, but for your calendar. It gives you a retrospective view of where you spent all your time, what kind of events you spent your time in for the full year. I haven't actually watched through my Reclaim Recapped, so I figured we could do it together. All right, let's dive in and see what I was up to. Hey Elizabeth, your 2025 Recapped is here. Let's take a trip down memory lane and see just how productive you really were. Any guesses where most of your time went? Okay, wait, let me actually try to guess. I would say I probably spent most of my time doing productive deep work. I try to be really good about scheduling all of my events on my calendar so I have time to work on the things and protect that time for meetings. But I think I'm going to be very surprised at how much time I also spend in meetings. So my guess is going to be deep work. Yes. Your top time categories in 2025 were focus time, team meetings, shallow work, one-on-one meetings, and breaks. That seems pretty well-rounded to me. And hey, you didn't do it all on your own. Instead of manually managing your calendar, you auto-scheduled 1,437 events with Reclaim.ai, saving yourself 83 hours of playing calendar Tetris. 83 hours. And we call it calendar Tetris internally, right? Because you know, the game Tetris where the shapes fall and you have to make them fit into the space without leaving any gaps. That's how it feels sometimes when you're manually time blocking your calendar because you're trying to make it all work. And if something moves, like it's just this whole game that you then have to play in your calendar to make everything else work as well. And when you automate that with Reclaim, it kind of handles all that rescheduling for you. So saving 83 hours, that's pretty nice. That's a pretty nice return on investment right there. How productive do you feel? Pretty productive. Your calendar's got receipts. Let's see. Your busiest month was August, okay? And you're most productive on Monday. I feel like that tracks. Mondays are my productive day. But that's just the highlight reel. Here's the grind behind it. You averaged 18 hours of focus time per week. That's pretty good. That's almost half my work week. 2% above your focus time benchmark. Marketers averaged 17.7 hours a week of focus time in 2025. I love this new stat. This was new for this year, having sort of a comparison benchmark to what other people in your kind of industry and department are making time for. So as a competitive person, I think I'm glad to hear that I'm a little above the benchmark. Your hard work really paid off. Let's see how your meeting game shaped your year. You averaged 22 meetings per week and spent 670 hours in meetings. You met with 216 different people, and 45% of your meetings were big meetings. And big meetings are any meetings with 8 or more people. Your heaviest meeting day were Wednesdays, and your lightest meeting days were Monday, which makes sense since Monday was also my more productive day. You auto-scheduled 204 meetings with Reclaim. That's pretty impressive. Here's the mix that made up your meeting madness. Out of your 1,087 meetings, 80% were team meetings, 13% were one-on-ones, and 8% were external meetings. But it wasn't all hustle and huddles. I declined 32 meetings, which doesn't seem like that much considering how many meetings I was in, and decompressed for 84 hours after events. I'd love to see that. I do have my decompression time turned on. That's one of my favorite Reclaim features, to have a buffer automatically schedule after each meeting on my calendar, so I'm not like in back-to-back calls all day. And I scheduled 22 hours of travel time. Also, one of my favorite features, I'm a big fan of the buffer features, and travel time is a really great one. Even if you only have like a few appointments that you have to go to, or if you're going to the airport or something like that, if Reclaim detects an event with like an address on it, it will automatically schedule travel time before and after an event with a location, so you have time to like get to where you're going and back. Proof that great calendars include recovery time too. So true. Let's see what you checked off your list this year. You spent 207 hours working on tasks. You made time for 681 hours of deep work and 202 hours of shallow work. That's some serious getting things done energy. Yes, it is. You even juggled multiple schedules and didn't drop a thing. That's 2 calendars in the air, preventing 168 hours of work conflicts. That's pretty awesome. I just have my personal calendar synced to my work calendar, but it's pretty crazy when you think about all the conflicts that you can avoid just by, you know, making sure that people can see when you're not available across different schedules. You're basically a professional juggler at this point. Time to find out what your calendar says about you. Drum roll, please. In 2025, your work personality was a flow state pro. You dive headfirst into the zone. You're a master of focus, carving out long stretches of uninterrupted time to dive deep into meaningful projects. Your calendar shows you know how to protect your time and get into flow, a true productivity superpower. Yes. That's a wrap on 2025. You plus your calendar plus Reclaim. Unstoppable. Bring on 2026. Can't wait to see what we accomplish. Definitely going to share my Reclaim recap stats with the world. And it like pulls together all of your top time categories. Plus, if you ran your recap report last year, if you were already a Reclaim user, you can actually compare your stats from 2024 and 2025, which is awesome. Like last year I was a collab commander because I spent the majority of my time in team meetings. So it's cool to see kind of how it changes year over year. So I definitely prioritized focus time, which was a goal of mine this year, to spend more time defending deep work on the calendar so I can be my most productive and get my best work done. Go me. If you want to see where you spent your time this year, you can sign up for Reclaim if you haven't already, and it will generate your recap report 365 days from the day that you sign up. And if you're already a Reclaim user, Recapped is now live under your stats in the app. Super excited for you guys to see all of the fun insights that we worked on putting together into Recapped this year. Don't forget to share what you ended up getting. Maybe drop it in the comments if you were a Flow State Pro 2 or if you got a different work personality. But that's it for today's video. Thanks so much for joining me. Maybe I will see you in an upcoming webinar or in another YouTube video in the new year. And until then, I'm wishing everyone a super productive end to 2025. Happy holidays and a great start to 2026. Hope you love this year's Recapped. Bye guys.